Hey, good afternoon guys. In this video we are going to talk about a very important concept related to advertising called ad relevancy. Now I will be dividing the entire discussion into four questions. First of all, what is ad relevancy? Why it is important for you to understand ad relevancy? Then I will be talking about the components there you need to maintain ad relevancy. Fourth is what is ad fatigue? I will be diving deeper into it. And fifth, what happens when you start scaling your campaign and how to maintain the ad relevancy. So let's get started. What is ad relevancy? See, in simple terms, whatever you are saying in your video ad or in the Google search ad, Facebook ad, that marketing message that you are putting out there is related to your audience, is relevant to your audience or not. Whether it talks about their pain point, their problems, their pains, their emotions that they and their desires or not. If yes, then this ad can work. If not, then it will not work. In simple terms, the ad that you put out there should be relatable, should resonate with your audience. Now, why it is important? See, we spend lakhs of rupees on advertising, but the challenge that we face is that users there is a lot of competition on Facebook and Google ads. There is a lot of competition. So, how to stand out from the crowd? How to make your ad grab your users' attention and then hold that attention and make them click. This is where the concept of ad relevancy plays a very important role. If your ad is relevant, if your ad gives them enough reason and logical proof to click, then your ad will work. For example, in Google search ad, I am searching for men's shoes. So immediately there comes a sponsored post that men running shoes with 40% discount. Now this ad may or may not be relevant to me because I searched only for men's shoes, but the ad came up, for example, men's running shoes, or also there some ad may also come up with just men casual shoes or men's shoes. So you get in Google ads you get just 40 words to establish relevancy and to stand out from your competition. Whenever whatever you say keeping in mind from customers point of view, your customers, what do they want, what type of messaging, what type of keywords they know and they use. Men's shoes, okay, that is a relevant term, so people may click. And then you give them, for example, up to 70% off, like this. Then it further prompts them to click and search, check your ad. Similarly, in the context of Facebook ad, Facebook video ad I am talking about, you get 5 spaces, 5 points where you need to establish relevancy, grab their attention and hold their attention throughout your 59-second video ad. So what are those 5 points? This is the third question. Number 1, in the ad copy hook, what results you are saying, what problems you are discussing, what questions you are asking, that should be relatable to your audience. For example, in stock trading niche, if you talk about any problem, do you like do you are you suffering losses in stock market because of unreliable intraday screeners? So immediately you called out a problem and your audience will resonate too. All those who have suffered losses will resonate with your you will grab their attention in the ad copy hook. Similarly, in the body copy, you need to provide sufficient logic and proof that you are the best person. Basically tell them why they should check out you, not others. And this first is ad copy hook, second is body copy, third is the overlay text above the video. Whatever you write in the overlay text, does it resonate with your audience? Does that or your audience know about it, want to get that thing? That's how you decide ad relevancy. Similarly, in the headline, whether any you are promising any result or asking them to resonate, check out your page, the messaging that you are using, for example, does it have any mass desire? So these all 5 pointers, basically the ad copy hook, ad copy, body copy, overlay text, then your call to action button, then your headline, all those places in the Facebook ad, and including the video, whatever you say in the video, you need to establish ad relevancy and sell the click, sell the informed click, not just sell the click. I am again repeating my word, sell informed click. That is the goal of an ad or advertising, not just any click, any random people click, selling an informed click. So how you do about how you sell an informed click? For example, basically the first thing that we do as an agent, as a freelancer, I do, is do a proper market research. Then we need to understand that what are the problems that our audience wants to solve, what are their pains that they want to solve. Along with that, on the basis of that, we need to highlight those benefits about which our target audience is concerned, that they want, not we want, not we think that we want or they want, that they want. Benefits, presenting the right benefits. Secondly, the editing style of the video. For example, your target audience is 40 plus, but your video editing style matches the vibe of 18-year-old. Your ad will not work. Then the type of text, overlay text that you are using, is it too salesy? The type of motion graphics that you are using in the video. For example, we checked 2 ads. In one, we used the AI generated image of 18-year-old, not 18, it was exactly 25-year-old, and in the other we put the AI image generated of 40-year-old, and we ran both the ads. We found out that ours, in mobile numerology leash, our target audience is generally 35 plus. So what we found out was that the ad in which we used 40 plus image, basically the image of a person who is 40 plus, worked better than the 18 plus. So this is how you make your advertising relatable. You need to think from the perspective of your ideal customer. These were some of the things, highlighting the right benefits, the editing style, overlay text, is it too salesy, does that text resonate with your target audience or not. And now moving to the fourth question, what happens as a result of ad fatigue? See, whenever you scale your ad, whenever you increase the budget, what happens that Facebook bills you on impressions. Means it is not reach. If Facebook shows your ad same 3 times to the same person, Facebook will charge you. Deliver your ad same time 3 times to the same person, Facebook will charge you. So Facebook bills you on impression. So whenever you increase the budget, Facebook gets the signal to give you more impressions. That you want more impressions for your ad, no matter whether they are from unique users or from the same old users, that doesn't matter. So Facebook bills you, because Facebook bills you on impression. Now what happens that if the same user is repeatedly seeing the same ad, they become immune to that ad and stop responding to that ad. Definitely, if we keep on saying the same ad, no one will, we also will not respond. It's the basic human psyche. So as a result, ad fatigue sets in. The same ad that was working well before stops working. Now one more thing, that ad fatigue is also of 2 types. Number 1, ad fatigue is about the marketing message that you are saying in the video. Second fatigue is the creative elements that you are using in the video. For example, in you have launched 5 ads, and in all those you use the same editing style, same videos, everything, just the message is different, same pictures, same everything, basically the script and the editing, video editing style is also the same, all the motion graphics are same, just the message is different. Then all these 5 ads, basically even though the message is different, editing style is same, so there is the fatigue also of these editing styles. If there is too much of fatigue, then that ad also stop performing. So what you need to do, how to overcome ad fatigue, especially when you are scaling your ad. So first of all, we need to remember that we at all cost we need to maintain ad relevancy. Now while doing market research, we need to find out, or we basically map out our ideal customer profiles. Basically, what are those kind of persons who whose problems our product can solve. We need to find out those, make customer profiles of these persons. So on the basis of market research, first find out your ideal customer profiles. For example, I am wearing this watch. Now one person may want this watch for its robustness. They wear the watch and they go for heavy exercise, trekking. Other person wants a watch because they want to switch multiple screens. Third person wants this watch because they want to play games, which is this watch has, while on their journey anywhere. So these are, for example, these are 3 kinds of person whose problem our product solve. Now when we write an ad, we will create these 3 customer profiles and write ads for all these profiles. One person, in one ad we will highlight the benefit that it is robust and you can go for trekking, gymming, etc. In the second ad we will highlight the multiple watch faces this watch has to attract that second ICP, and in the third ad we will highlight that the games that this watch has, for example, to attract the third type of person. And then these are just 3 ads, so we need not stop at 3 ads, and now we need to create multiple variations and iterations of these 3 ads, saying the same thing but in different, from a different perspective, so that it appears fresh, explaining the same thing. For example, if I give you the example of mobile numerology, one example is that if you have an unlucky mobile number, it can harm you, you can attract bad luck and financial losses. One way of saying unlucky numbers is this. The second way of saying the same thing is that explaining it with the help of an analogy. What analogy? Like, have you played the game of snakes and ladders, wherein you have seen that on some numbers there are ladders that help us climb up, win the game. And there are on some numbers there are snakes that bite us and we move down in the game. Similarly, there are mobile numbers. There are certain numbers in our mobile number that foster and attract good luck in our life, and there are certain numbers that attract bad luck in our life. So what did I tell? I explained the importance of mobile numerology, I explained the importance of having an unlucky or lucky mobile number in 2 ways. So these become, I hit my market from 2 unique angles. One angle is from the perspective of gaming, gamification, that have you played the snake and ladder game, and the other angle is I am going there with proof and explaining that unlucky mobile number attracts bad luck and something like that. So this is how you create multiple variations and iterations of same ad, saying the same thing again and again, but using different words, different methodologies, explaining the same thing. And that is how you are able to scale your ad campaigns. Till then, take care. Goodbye.